Hi guys, this is Mrs. Guzman. We're going to talk about lines, rays, and angles. A point is the simplest geometric figure. Points in a row form a line. We put arrows at the end of a line to show that it goes on forever, infinite. A line segment is part of a line. It has a definite start and a definite end. A segment has two ends, and those are called end points. Easy to remember, right? Because it's the end and they are points. End points. It's hard to believe, but these two lines are equivalent. They are equivalent because they go on forever, as shown by the arrows at the ends of both of these lines. This line is also equivalent. This line is also equivalent because the arrows show that the line goes on forever. A ray begins at one endpoint and goes on forever in one direction. It can go on forever in that direction or that direction, but it definitely has one endpoint. Remember, on this ray there can be many points, but only one endpoint. I can measure different segments of the line by giving them an assigned letter to know where they are. So this is segment AB, so I can write that like this: segment AB, or I could say this is ray A and the last letter, which is E. I'm going to talk about angles now. A right angle looks like the corner of a rectangle or a square. It actually measures 90 degrees. I just wrote percent, sorry. We use a right angle to measure larger or smaller angles. Let me show you what I mean. Here's my right angle. If an angle is smaller than 90 degrees, it is called an acute angle. I always thought they call it acute because it's little and little things are cute, so it's an acute angle. An angle that measures more than 90 degrees is an obtuse angle. This is larger than 90 degrees. It's obtuse, which kind of sounds like obese. It's a nice fat angle. So now we're going to classify angles. Number one, I'm going to look at the angle. I can tell that it is larger than 90 degrees, so it is obtuse. Secondly, I'm going to name the angle, and I can say this is angle, and I do that by writing this little symbol, and I put the letters A, B, C. So it is angle A, B, C. It can also be angle C, B, A. Either way, the angle is the same angle. Notice that on my angles, the letters correspond with a point. E, F, G, or G, F, E. I'm going to write this. Is this an acute or obtuse angle? Remember, it's smaller than 90 degrees, so it is acute. And then I'm going to tell you the name. It is angle E, F, G, or angle G, F, E. I could not write this as angle G, E, F because we wouldn't have that middle point being here being in the middle. Notice they're the same. Now this is something you're going to see, and I'm going to name angles that are in this figure. So my first angle that I'm going to name is going to be ABE. So angle ABE, and yes, I could have named that differently. I could have named it EBA. I have another angle, angle ABC. I have another angle, let's do CBD, angle CBD, and another angle, angle DBE. Notice something they all have in common in the middle, which is the intersection. Let me write that for you. ION, don't have enough room. The intersection is the same on all of these angles. It is also the same in the middle of all of the angles in the diagram. Last but not least, most of the time when you see a right angle like you see here, it will be signified by a square in the corner of the angle. That shows that this is a right angle. Right angles can face any direction. They can also sometimes look like a triangle, but they are still right angles. Just because the angle is upside down does not mean it's not a right angle. Okay, I hope that helped you guys with points, rays, and angles by Mrs. Guzman.